What's going on YouTube? It's your girl Mercedes. Mercedes gang, you feel me? The gang, cause we don't come with no price tag, period. Anyways, y'all, I'm back with a little reaction video inside YNW MELLY'S life in prison. Now, I heard apparently they pushed his trial back to like 2027, and I'm like, okay, at this point, what are y'all even doing? Like, nothing has even, I don't know what's going on, but at this point, I think it's getting to that, like, where they might have to let him go, because I'm sorry, I'm just like, dude, he's been in there for so long. So I don't know, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let's get it.
February 2020, Melly was involved in a multi-inmate fight inside the day room of his area unit and was given a DR for his role in the fight. October 2020, placed on a room restriction for refusing to go back to his cell as he was trying to hide while on the phone.
And developing now, there's a new push to get rapper YNW Melly out of jail. He's currently awaiting retrial for two childhood friends, but a new lawsuit alleges he's being held in inhumane conditions.
YNW Melly has been sitting inside a jail now for 6 years. With his next trial not starting until January 2027, the Florida rapper has been targeted by inmates for commissary, clothes, money on their books, everything you can imagine. But in 2020, things were different. King Von was still alive, calling YNW Melly daily.
These look icy, don't they?
Wow. That's crazy.
YNW Melly was so relaxed while in jail, he was purchasing $100,000 chains like he was still out in the free world, making them...
Wait, hold on. I heard they wouldn't even let him go to the dentist to get his grills out. Like, I think that's just a little
custom
much.
Via a jail phone with his jeweler. Even his brother YNWB Slime called him out for such a ridiculous purchase.
I would assume
but still,
that he spent a lot of money on lawyers. Like an amount that would probably...
That kid spent a lot of money on a lot of things that shouldn't have been spent on.
Really? Like what else?
And cars, jewelry. And he's not even out to wear the jewelry. I'm like, why are you buying jewelry and you're not here to wear the jewelry?
No, definitely lawyers are
be
probably the
pointless
best
to
thing
me.
to spend
That's what
money
bro. But
Yeah.
he's good with lawyers, bro. Like, money ain't an issue for lawyers. Like, he's fine, but it's just like, it was a lot of stuff that should have went to lawyers that he didn't spend on lawyers. And I'm like, bro. And now it's like, he don't even want the chain no more.
But as time went on, YNW Melly's life inside a jail got very bad. A new rapper would enter his cell block in 2022 named Rico Reckless. When the news wrote, just in, YNW Melly placed in solitary confinement after getting into a jail altercation with another rapper named Rico Reckless from Chicago, Illinois. They are both awaiting their trials in jail as we speak. YNW Melly would spend the next few months in solitary confinement, but when his time was up, he was then placed into a new cell block where he would meet an inmate named Nicholas Lewis. Nicholas Lewis already had a plan of escaping county jail, but he became very good friends with YNW Melly, so much so that Melly wanted to join him.
No. What you doing? See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but if I was in his place, I would just shut my butt up and do my time. Like, you talking about escaping, you asking for more time. Like, my guy, they pushing your shit back to 2027. Like, oh, be careful who you surround yourself with, man.
The police records, it reads, on April 11th, 2022, Broward Sheriff's Office received a confidential tip regarding inmates Nicholas Lewis and Jamel Demmons, both housed in the same unit at the main jail, planning an escape by having Melly's attorney bring in 2 handcuff keys in order to help with the escape.
You got your attorney helping? Oh, no, buddy. Yeah, you asking for trouble. I'm sorry. He gonna end up being in there for the rest of his life if he don't just cut it out. Like, don't... Why even associate yourself with somebody that's trying to escape when you know it's just gonna get you in a deeper hole? I don't get it.
Additional information provided by the source was that Lewis had illegal items. This made YNW Melly's mother extremely angry at the time because her son was just placed into solitary confinement once again, and the news headlines of Melly trying to escape made him look very bad.
okay, so I'm at work and I just seen this crazy story. First of all, this is just another tactic for them to try to literally just tarnish my son's character and everything. They do not want him having attorney visits in person, which will cause for ineffective counsel. So we went to court for that. and they took his phone calls and they have him locked down. They had no evidence whatsoever that his attorneys did anything wrong to prove these accusations, but they knew it would get picked up by the media. So when we get ready to pick a jury, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be, oh, this kid tried to escape. Oh, this kid tried to do all these things. This is all fake because they do not have a case.
As Melly's mother would explain that the Fed...
I think she's right. I'm sorry, I haven't seen any evidence come up on him, like, so far with this whole thing that's been going on. Like, I don't even know why they're holding him anymore.
Didn't have evidence against him. So right before his first trial, they were trying to make him look bad in front of the judge and jury, trying to make a case that he's trying to leave jail. But this is when the feds showed what they really had against YNW Melly, which changed his life forever. In 2023, the Florida police then announced they're charging YNW Melly with witness tampering, using the jail phone to force his ex-girlfriend to leave the United States so then she can't testify against him in trial.
The state filing 6 new charges.
Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh my gosh.
Is against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
The witness tampering case is not only separate from Melly's existing case of his 2 best friends passing away, but it also gave the county jail enough reason to take away Melly's phone privilege, mail privileges, as well as his weekly visits with family, meaning that from here on out, Melly will be having no human contact other than the inmates in his cell block and cannot speak with his family. It got very bad for his mother, Jamie King. She would do an interview exposing the county jail for not allowing her son to use a phone or even look at his own mail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
As she would continue explaining how she feels helpless because YNW Melly wasn't being even treated like a human inside a jail, which really proves that even if you're a famous rapper, you get treated like everyone else when you're behind those bars.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation.
Oh, hold up. Whoa, he in Broward?
Really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
Why did you order 20 gallons of hot sauce?
I don't even, you know what? I don't even know. We're just gonna go past this because
this would end up getting a lot of attention from the media, with even local news announcing that YNW Melly isn't being treated right in the county jail. This led into Charleston White reacting, sharing that this is what YNW Melly should be living like. He shouldn't get special treatment because he's a famous rapper.
It's not even the fact that he's a famous rapper. Treat him like a human being. Damn. Goodness, like, I'm sorry, I wouldn't even want to wish that on my worst enemy. Like, dude, stop.
He in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated when you done chose to play somebody.
But on the flip side, rap OG Boosie would give a different outlook on Melly's life inside of jail, speaking on the stress that Jamie King has also been going through.
Okay, so
then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
Every rapper's opinion would then be changed after the police arrested Melly's ex-girlfriend Mariah at the airport, who is the one that was out of the United States for a few years. She missed her family. She really wanted to come home, but while doing so, she was immediately arrested at the airport.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County.
What'd she even do? That's what I want to know. What'd she do?
She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday.
Wait, is it because she didn't want to testify?
After she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
As the judge made a deal with Mariah, saying that if you agree to testify against Melly, you're free to go home until trial. She accepted it instantly, making it the worst news possible for YNW Melly, as they found disturbing evidence on Mariah's iCloud account of proof of YNW Melly forcing her to not testify in the last trial. This is witness tampering, and it's clear as day. The moment she confirms it in trial, YNW Melly will be sentenced to life in prison, regardless if he's actually guilty of sack chaser and Juvie's passing, as YNW Juvie's father even knows that Melly witness tampered, exposing it in a public interview.
Are now charged with witness tampering. There was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
with all of that together, it's why YNW Melly cannot even use a phone, look at his mail, or have weekly visits with family anymore. But his life in jail has only gotten worse from here, and let me explain. We're now in the year of 2025, where it was announced YNW Melly's double retrial has now been postponed once again. During a hearing on Friday.
No, but at this point, if y'all really feel like y'all got something on the dude, why don't y'all just go ahead and start his trial? If he's really guilty, this and that and the fourth, whatever, go ahead and start his trial and sentence him already. Like, this is just y'all being extra by pushing this shit back. Like, I don't understand.
The 4th District Court of Appeals granted a stay in the case, allowing time to consider a motion by the state attorney's office. The stay means the trial will not begin in September and has now been pushed back into January of 2027, meaning Melly is bare minimum staying in jail now for 2 more years. But with the trial delayed, it gives the feds more time to make a deal with YNW Portland, which is what they have already began doing. The news wrote, and no communication order has been filed in the YNW Melly trial. The order makes Melly and Portland completely separate. No talking, no lawyer talk, just silence. As the prosecutors are forcing YNW Portland to snitch by trying Melly and him together in the next trial.
Issue here, and you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together. It's just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking the penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. You're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
Having YNW Portland will leave Melly found guilty in the next trial due to him being able to confirm all of the evidence against Melly. As the judge announced, Melly will be tried with Portland in the next trial, whenever it is.
Mr. Henry is going to remain set for trial September the 10th at 9 o'clock with Mr. Demons, pending whatever future motion that I may hear. I'm in another capital case right now. I have 4 hearing dates left available between now and September the 10th. I gave the parties those 4 dates, and I'm holding all of those dates and times open only for these 2 defendants. So anything that you need me for, okay? Yes, sir.
If Bortland knows that he didn't commit this serious crime, he won't physically be able to sit there and just be sentenced to life in prison, making it very likely he'll then point the finger against Melly, just like Melly did against Bortland in the first trial. Now, what you didn't know is Melly and Bortland have not talked to each other since the original trial. This is because Melly's lawyers stood up on the first day and said it was YNW Bortland who did it.
Those were his lies. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with two bodies, car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he has discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland Henry.
Melly's own lawyer revealing that it was Bortland that was lying to the feds. It was Bortland with powder residue on his hands, and he was the last one with juvie and sack chaser. They even went as far as to bringing a forensic science.
I mean, that's the big part right there, especially if you were the last one seen with these two. That don't make you look good at all. Whatsoever. You're like the #1 first suspect.
That covered the passings to go into further detail of Bortland having the powder residue.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of powder residue and two component particles. And the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of powder residue and 1 2-component particle.
And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was residue present on the hands.
Where YNW Bortland would then confirm he's not rocking with this at all, which is why when Melly's mistrial was granted, the news wrote, YNW Bortland tweets a mysterious message on the same day Melly's mistrial was declared. The tweet reads, "Mind games don't work on people like me," alongside a handshake emoji as if he's accepting a deal. But what's even more concerning is that Bortland has every reason to snitch against YNW Melly due to what was just found inside of his home.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with the witness.
As it was announced by Bryson Paul, here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YNW Bortland's home last week as filed into the Broward clerks, where in these photos, Bortland drew out on a piece of paper where certain jurors were sitting alongside a description of what they looked like. As before the original trial began, there was a jury day where everyone got to introduce themselves, but YNW Bortland was at the courtroom speaking with the judge about when his own trial is. He kept a mental note of what all of the jurors looked like on the right side of the courtroom, went home and drew them all out on a piece of paper, really looking like he was about to go slide for YNW Melly if these jurors found his best friend guilty.
To keep it real, this is sloppy.
It is.
Bortland, how the f you gonna have the notebook
It's very
of
sloppy.
the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
2025 IRS
No,
tax
I
forgiveness.
don't give a damn, bro. I don't care. My headset is slipping off my head. My hair is just annoying the fuck out of me.
But
Like,
obviously,
I don't
when
care.
Melly's lawyers started pinning the crime against YNW Bortland, he just threw the piece of paper away in an empty suitcase. But here's where it gets even more concerning for Melly, and it'll affect his jail life until he is sentenced to prison. YNW Bortland will be able to validate all of the new evidence that the prosecutors want to use against Melly. One piece of new evidence they want to use in the next trial is a Facebook post of YNW Melly with Young Thug, trying to say that Melly is a part of the Red Street team just like Young Thug is.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, snake. He's saying he's YSL, he's hanging with him. And he puts up his YNW for life hashtag on it with Mr. Devins has big B hand signs displayed.
Right, and see with individuals again, I'm assuming that's also Young Thug. That's also unknown.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see and test.
As YNW Melly even made an effort in court trying to tell his lawyers just let them use it because Bortland knows that he'll validate the evidence anyway. The news wrote, today's hearing marks the first time Melly publicly went against his legal team's advisement in court, where Melly was seen yelling at his lawyers to just let them use the evidence instead of making it a back and forth, as it'll delay the trial, which is what it did.
Against our advice, our client wants to proceed.
You object to their request. We need to determine if it's automatic stay.
Based upon what our client has instructed us, yes, sir.
People that were inside of the courtroom that day overheard Melly yelling and said that Melly said, "I don't care, I'm not in no gang, they can't prove that."
I'm aware that 924-071 call for an automatic stay while
they were aggravators. They go to membership, and again, there are things that the jury would have to find before going into penalty.
Not aggravated, that's the death penalty.
Sorry.
Aggravated, that's the enhancement itself, Your Honor. That was charged. He was charged in committing the for the further conviction, which is an aggravator in terms of the guilt.
something that they would have to find by way of an interrogatory.
Yes.
But they also want to use this new evidence of an ex-O-Block member and a former friend of King Von, where he exposed a secret that Melly told Von. Before Von passed and Melly was arrested, the two were very good friends. But King Von told people in O-Block that Melly asked him for advice on how to handle people in a certain way.
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walter Bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
Having Bortland on their side will also answer a very important question, which is what was the context of what happened hours after the crime occurred, where the prosecutors obtained a Facebook Live where Melly was seen dancing in a parking lot alongside YNW Bortland like nothing just happened.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He still
that's a little, I don't know.
Turned still.
That's a little suspicious to me, because if I find out my two homegirls or my two homeboys, anybody that I was close with, died that morning, and I'm not finna be over here dancing, and I'm not finna be doing all that, you know, fugazi and stuff. I'm not finna do all that, cause like, what?
Hey. The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
It's crazy.
But do you believe Melly deserves the life he's living in jail right now, or should he be allowed to at least talk to his family on the phone? Comment down below and leave a like if you're a fan of Melly's music.
Yeah, of course I am. But we're not finna watch this ad. But anyways, y'all, I think he deserves to talk to his family, the least, you know what I mean? If y'all gonna treat him that way, the least y'all could do is let him talk to his family, you know what I'm saying? Please let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Do y'all think YNW Melly deserve all this or not? I don't know. But please like, share, subscribe, sub up. Also, please like, share, subscribe to Direct Trending, because this was a good video. And I'm going to catch y'all in another mother freaking video. Deuces.